You gotta forgive us, Koreans, for having the tendency to look down upon you guys.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's your girl Cindy, and I'm back again with another gist. Guys, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So, this video right here popped out on my For You page. The caption caught my attention. So, it says, "Why do Koreans hate black people?" So I quickly checked his page out. I found out that this Korean man has been making tons of videos, literally responding to comments, talking about Korean racism towards black people. He said a whole lot, you guys. I have put those videos together. Let's just hear from him. And of course, I'm gonna show you some screenshots of comments. You all know how we do it here. So we all can see other people's comments, opinion, or stories. Please stay with me. Obviously, as black people, this is not news to us. Please note that this video is for educational purposes only. It is not to bully anyone or harass anyone, but it's just to create awareness so we all can see and know what is happening on social media, especially on TikTok. Please check his videos out.
Thank you, Miss Metty. Um, Forgive you for asking the right question. You gotta forgive us, Koreans, for having the tendency to look down upon you guys. Let me give a little tweak on your question just to make it a little easier for me to answer you. Okay? How about putting it this way? Why do Koreans have the propensity for leaning towards brighter colored people compared to the darker ones? Why? Have Africans ever invaded Korea? Have Africans ever taken away anything from Korea? No. Then why? Why do Koreans have the proclivity for favoring the light-colored ones compared to the dark-colored people? This is all because I believe racism is taught at a very subconscious level. No one can say that officially Koreans favor light-colored people and detest darker ones. No one can say this out loud. But in reality, it's everywhere. Why? Because Koreans are taught to do so. This is all because Korea is hugely impacted by the US forces and the USA. So what's happening back in the States in terms of racism is exactly happening in Korea. Koreans are taught to favor bright-colored people compared to the darker ones. Hopefully this is helpful to you in understanding the racism here in the country, but hopefully one day we all be colorblind so that such questions like yours can no longer exist. But for the time being, racism here in Korea can be a hurdle for you, but I believe your love for Korea is greater than those obstacles. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
Right. He said, and we know racism is taught. And I keep saying this in most of my videos. A child that you brought into this world knows nothing, nothing at all. Now, when you tell your child not to associate with a certain group of people, that is exactly what your child is going to do. You are literally teaching your child segregation. You are teaching your child not to associate, play, or talk to a certain group of people simply because of the color of their skin. Now, in his video, he said that Korean people are or were, whichever one, taught to dislike black people. For what reason? He also said that black people did nothing to the Koreans. So why the hatred?
This video is my answer to one of the comments that I recently received from you guys. And the comment was a question asking if Koreans get married to people from Africa. First off, yes, Koreans do get married to people from Africa just like they get married to people from other continents. Secondly, Koreans do get married to black people just like they get married to people of other races. And lastly, I believe the question originates from the notion that there is this severe racism towards black people. And yes, that is very true. And my apologies on behalf of all Koreans, because there is a huge discrimination here in South Korea, and especially towards those people who have dark skin color, which is very sad. But I believe South Korea had better embrace diversity, because the country is expected to have 0 people of Korean descent in 500 years. So Koreans will have to, embrace diversity before it's too late. But still, it seems like there's a long way ahead for Koreans to come to this awareness that we gotta be colorblind. But the good news is that most Koreans are welcoming all foreigners regardless of your skin color. So that's a good news. And if you live here for a long time, your ethnicity will be of no issue, because what you can bring to the table for Koreans is what really counts. Later on in your journey here as a foreigner in South Korea. Have a good day. Thank you, Miss Esther, for asking this question. Yes, there is racism here in South Korea. There's even the stratification amongst foreigners according to your skin color. And the racism here in South Korea is especially harsh towards brown people and black people. I have no idea what they did to Koreans to deserve such treatments. I really don't know why, but that's the reality here. Now, what about lighter colored people? Are they exempt from the racial discrimination in their everyday living? No. They are still the victims of racism to a lesser degree. It's not as harsh as the racism towards dark colored people, but they suffer a lot even if their skin color is a little lighter. Racism becomes very obvious and becomes on the surface when you try to fit in, when you try to find your niche here, when you try to get settled, when you try to mingle with the locals here. When you are a traveler, you're good to go because you're spending money here. But when you try to become a part of Korea, that's when the racism becomes very obvious to everyone's eyes. So hopefully this is informative, but I've mentioned quite a few times how you deal with this. You want to respect your choice regardless of how others treat you, regardless how others think about you. So in the long run, if you can deal with it in a very healthy manner, it won't be much of an issue. It's still going to be a little cumbersome, but still you can deal with it, you know, and you can become comfortable with such racism. If you get used to it, if you can live with it, if you can live comfortably despite the ignorance and the low conscious behavior from the locals. And I believe as the population is just plummeting, especially the Korean ethnicity is disappearing, I believe South Korea is soon to be a very diverse society, way more diverse than it is currently. So the prospect is very bright. Okay, thank you for listening.
An embarrassing racism controversy in South Korea today, as this ad clearly depicting a Korean child telling supposedly another Korean child who is much darker in nature to go back to Africa, asking if they're African. This is crazier considering that this ad was for a supplement for kids to take to become lighter. You've heard that right, a supplement in Korea that is sold to make their skin lighter. This is in allusion or in reference to the fact that in Korea, being lighter is better. In East Asia specifically, being light is associated with being wealthy, being better looking, being fair-skinned. Obviously, this ad was quickly taken down after a outlash by the public saying, how can you do this in such a modern, globalized state? What are your thoughts? I have clear thoughts on this. Obviously, Korea being a single race country, this ad wasn't in consideration of African Americans or Africans, it was more so in target or feeding off the insecurity of the darker skinned Koreans. Let me know your thoughts.
Right. So, as Black people, this is what we know already. This is no news to us. I really want to appreciate this Korean man for being honest. Like, personally, I don't get offended anymore. Okay. Anytime I see a lighter skinned person who is not white seeking for validation, like, I don't get offended anymore. I just laugh. Literally, I just laugh. Anyways, I took some screenshots of comments from his comment section so you guys can see what other people said. Let me know your take in the comments, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Y'all take care. I love you. Bye.